Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, empaths. Welcome to day one of the abundance game. Welcome in. Make yourselves at home. I hope you have something yummy to drink, something to write with. And of course, feel free to chat in the chat box. So come on in, make yourselves at home. We have a lot to cover today. Today is day one of the abundance game. So we're going to experience 5 days of abundance. Woohoo! Together. This is going to be a lot of fun. And what we're going to focus on with this 5 days of abundance, because I think when we're manifesting or attracting, it's important that we have a target, right? It's important that we have an intention. And so for this 5 days, we're going to set our intention on manifesting extra income or surprise money. So we'll talk more about what that means, but the reason I chose money is because it is tangible, it is measurable, and it's something we all can do with. We don't well, I'm going to rephrase that. We all understand it. We can all wrap our heads around it. And it's something that I know that most people want. And there's reasons why we might not have it, and we're going to address those reasons and become more clear channels on receiving. So that's what this whole thing is about. So what this is I know that you're going to manifest some cash. I know that you're going to manifest income because that's what our focus is going to be on. And collectively, oh my gosh, are we magic or what? But the real magic underneath all of this, and my prayer and my biggest hope for you, is for you to walk away with two things, actually. One, to realize that you're already swimming in the sea of abundance and that you can access it anytime. And I'm going to show you the ways to do that, to access, to align, so that you can receive and, wash, rinse, repeat, and just understand how amazing this universe is and how generous it is and how abundant it is and how giving it is. And so when we understand that and tap into it, abundance just becomes second nature. We just realize that where is abundance not, Well, we can see a lack of abundance in people, but not in the universe, not in our world. This creation. We can see abundance playing out perfectly in nature, for example. The second thing that you're going to walk away from after this 5 days is this awareness of the empath, and that the empaths are the natural manifestors on the planet. They really are, because you're going to discover that everything has to do with relationships. And relationships are what? They're our emotional connection with things, people, objects. And so empaths are naturally emotional beings. The empaths' natural gifts are their emotional status, their emotional beingness, and our culture and our society tries to stomp that out of us, or tell us that it's wrong, or that we're too emo, or we're crazy, or fill in the blanks. You've heard it all. But when we harness our emotions and our emotional intelligence, and we become the masters of our emotions, oh my gosh, that's when we change worlds. Okay, so back to the empath. You guys are my favorites. Just a little bit of background about the switch in my business. A lot of you have noticed this. So for 12 plus years, I have been a psychic intuitive reader, right? That's how I came to know many of you. I gave readings. I I do tarot, all of that. And I still really love and enjoy that. But the big thing is that I started to notice that almost every single one of my clients is an empath. They're just like me. And that makes complete and total sense because the law of attraction says like attracts like, right? So I'm attracting all these empaths. We all have very similar features. We have similar challenges. We have, similar really amazing gifts. And I started to really feel like, wow, these women are just as powerful and insightful as I am, just as emotionally aware and intuitive as I am. They just need a little bit more tweaking, a little more awareness, a little more practice in mastering their gifts. So I started to feel that it was really necessary for me to stop giving the fish away, right? And teach you all how to fish and how to really amp up your own intuitive, empathic nature and leverage it because it is just so amazing. And it's underplayed a bit. And there's a lot of talk about the empaths but my slant is the intuitive empath and how we can leverage all of this to manifest, to heal our bodies, to be highly tuned into energy. So I'm still always going to teach the psychic side of things because it's my favorite. And I just think the empath is just a naturally wired, intuitive, psychic, whatever term you like to use, so that we can read the energy of people, places, and things, right? So that's my journey now. So I'll be teaching a lot more classes. I want to really get the empaths empowered and enchanted. That's my favorite word. When we tap into our magic of being that empath that is more mastered in her emotional intelligence and becoming that observer and just having these tools, we are the healers of the world. We're pretty unstoppable. And I was really inspired by the Dalai Lama's quote when he said, the world will be saved by the Western woman, right? And I thought, oh, yeah, yes. And so my job is to bring this out more so and to teach us how to be the healers because the world needs us, ladies and gentlemen. The world needs us. And it's our turn. It's our turn to really turn it up, tune in, and be the helpers and the healers that we came here to be. And I really do believe that is our mission. So you'll be hearing a lot more about that. But I wanted to start with definitely manifesting because it's so fun. And then manifesting income, like I said, because it's tangible, measurable, we all get it, and we can track it, and we can test it, and we can see the results, right? Because a lot of times when we're manifesting things, we're manifesting more esoteric things. So this puts a spotlight on the physical that we can actually measure. So this 5 days is about putting the law of attraction, manifesting, to the test and measuring it, observing it like a science experiment, like a game. That's why I called it the abundance game. And so I want to tell you a little bit about the why. And you guys, if you have things to comments and questions, feel free to chime in. But a little backstory about why I'm doing this besides the empath thing. And starting here, I remember when I took the Unexpected Income Club course at the Center for Spiritual Living, it really literally changed my life. I had no idea that we were actual co-creators with the things that are showing up in our lives. I didn't know I had that much ability and that much power. I just thought things were random. Like you get what you get and that's all there is. So this was a long time ago, at the beginning of my spiritual journey. And so I took this course, and what we're doing here, the abundance game, is based on that course, but with my own little spins and twists, as it's relevant, more relevant to the empath, and the things that I have learned that are even more powerful than the things that I learned back in the day. But the fact that I understood our co-creative relationship with the universe, and that we are commingling, we're dancing with the universe. I ask, it gives, we receive, again and again and again. It's really magical. And so I no longer think that anything is random. I really believe that we are always co creating with the universe. And so if we don't like what's showing up, for example, then it's up to us to change it, and we can. And that's the cool thing. And sometimes it's a simple change, just a shift of a thought or an idea. And sometimes it's a profound change, looking at things very differently and doing a lot of work around releasing, for example, or accepting, for example. And so the more we know, and then we just become these works in progress. It becomes a lifestyle, and it's a never ending thing. We just get better and better and better at manifesting. So that's my why. I want everyone to understand their co-creative power and their relationship with the universe, and that you can be, do, and have whatever it is that you're wanting. That we are not just haphazard victims in this thing called life. There are some things obviously out of our control, but in our own world, in our own bubble, we have lots of control over that, and we can master our bubbles and we can expand our bubbles to include more people or more energy, more space, to be a beneficial presence as far as we can be, without burning out. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. So that's my why. And I would like to kind of shift gears here a little bit. We're going to, let's see, I think I want to talk about how to play the game before we set the intention. All right. But I will have everybody set their own intention for this 5 days. So just start thinking about that. What you would like to see manifest as a result of this, or simply why you're here. And you are free to type in the chat box right now, for example, what brings you here? I would love to know what brought you here. What are you wanting to maybe switch up or change in your life? Because as we manifest money, like I said, the trickle down effect, as we become more focused, aware, intentional with our relationship with the universe, everything improves. So we'll see the money, and then we'll see other things come as well. So hopefully there's another layer as to why you're here. So I would love for you to share that if you're in the mood to share. And I also understand, empaths, that we are pretty private, and that's why I'm doing the Facebook Live. I know that a lot of you don't want to be on camera. You don't want to be on Zoom. I get it. And if you don't want to share, that's fine too. But we will have the Facebook group, and we can share. And then, of course, you have access to me during the 5 days. So you guys are free to privately email me if you have questions or comments as well. I'm here for you, okay? So Kristen says, I'm here to manifest an abundant new job in the mental health field. Yes, Kristen, awesome. That's amazing. Well, it's already in your vortex, I have to say, because it's calling you as much as you're calling it. Nothing exists in a vacuum, right? So you're just heeding the call that's been there, saying, hey, Kristen, over here. And now you're forced to crack open that door and go, okay, well, let's get this going. So Excellent, excellent. If anybody else would like to share, please feel free. So let's talk about the game a little bit and the details of the game. So the abundance game. So what we're going to do is for 5 days, we're going to meet here every morning at 10, and we'll have a conversation about a hot topic that has to do with manifesting and attracting, okay? And for the rest of the time, what we're going to do is implement a daily practice so that we are more in alignment and a mindset for attracting, and that we're conscious about attracting. And we're doing this on purpose. It's an experiment. So we're going to be focusing. Your daily practices will include, well, they can include whatever you like in addition to the things that we're doing. I like ritual. I like symbols. I like to have things around my house that remind me of the projects that I'm working on or the things that I'm manifesting, right? So some of those practices will be physical and some of those practices will be mental, and even writing. So one of them, I am just such a big fan of affirmations. I love affirmations and mantras. So I like to speak my reality out. I like to visualize. I like to play in there. So we're going to be experimenting with all those different tools so that you can determine which ones you prefer, which ones you're more inclined towards. Like, are you a visual person and you like to daydream? Well, I do. Well, some people don't really feel that they can visualize. Maybe they like to hear things, or they're good listeners, and the speaking things makes it more tangible, or maybe even writing things down. So we're going to explore the gamut of ways to connect and to enhance your manifestations in ways that are more comfortable for you. So Eileen says, I'm here to create sustainable, flexible income streams that allow or even facilitate global travel. You and me both, girl. All right. That's awesome. Love it. And then Juliet says, still thinking of specific intention, but I'd like to let go of this old story I have that we should be working really hard at things we don't like doing to get money. I want to open to the flow of abundance. Juliet, I love it. That's like a very specific thing that I touch on. And are we doing that one today or tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow, so please make sure you tune in. But yeah, we shouldn't be working really hard, period, especially at things that we don't like doing, right? So I'm so happy to hear that you're ready to let go of that story, because that is an old story, and it definitely is not serving your higher self. It's serving your physical self, and we've all done that, until we're tired of it and we know that there's more. So I'm really happy to hear that you know that there's more and you're ready for more. So that means we're going to talk a lot about the law of attraction tomorrow, but just by setting that example and having the contrast of, I don't want to do this anymore and I really want to change that, you are birthing the concept of a new request. And here's what I know for sure, 100%. We live in a responsive universe. I say this all the time. We live in a 100% responsive universe. It is, and this is why empaths are so amazing at manifesting. It's not listening necessarily to our words and what we're telling people and I should and blah. It's responding to what we're feeling. It's responding to our emotions, mostly. That's our energy. That's our energetic speak. That's what's really happening here. So if we're feeling a contrast of no more icky jobs for money, the universe is hearing that, and what is birthing is great jobs doing what I love and aligned with who I am, so I can serve and do what I came here to do. And then that just opens up, boop, 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 boop. and it's calling you, and then eventually we match. And so we're going to get better at matching, at aligning, at allowing, and letting that stuff in faster. Because we have all these rules about how long it should take, and got to do this, and I got to do that. And no, we can do it quickly. I like to do things with grace, with ease, with simplicity. And a lot of that is just getting out of our own way. And that comes with awareness. So this is a fun activity. This is a fun experiment. We're not going to berate ourselves or hey, the past is the past and we did that before, but like Oprah says, when we know better, we do better. We're doing better. So yay. All right. Okay, so let's talk about, more about the game. So we can show up on Facebook and hang out and share with each other. I'll be posting those different kinds of exercises for you guys to try. I am so happy for you guys to share activities that have worked for you as well. And then also, this is a really great time to connect with other people and get some support if you want some support. And so part of the intention of this group on a large scale, from my perspective, is holding the space to really support each other as we manifest, to lift everybody up to their highest light, knowing that there is no such thing as competition, that there is enough for everybody. We do live in an abundant universe, and the intention of this group is an all-encompassing big group hug that, yeah, we're all in this together and we're all going to cheer each other on and support and love one another. So if you do require or want extra support, reach out. We're here. We're empaths. We care. And this is a safe place to do it. So that's about the Facebook group. Yes. So how this is going to go. So we talked about, okay. I want to talk about the income. So if we are manifesting extra income or unexpected income, let's talk about what that means. So obviously, it's income that is special, not your paycheck or not your regular income. And so if you're self-employed, that could actually mean any kind of income, because when you're self-employed, it's almost always extra or special or unexpected, right? And it's also beyond money. So we're going to manifest and have the expectation to manifest cold hard cash. Love it. We all like that. And additional sources of income. So let's expand our horizon there, broaden our perspective about what that can look like. So what that can look like, and that you can type some ideas in the chat box too to inspire us. But I'm talking like a friend treats you to lunch. Just got a free lunch. That's money you don't have to spend. That's more money in your pocket. Somebody buys you a cup of coffee. You're gifted with flowers. Somebody wants to take you on vacation, or the streams of income are limitless. And so think of some ways that you can be gifted and surprised with unexpected income. Could even be like a big sale on something, where it's something that you have had your mind set on for a while, and then all of a sudden it's 50% off. It's like, what? That's half the money you get to keep in your wallet, right? So those kinds of gifts as well. And the reason we're opening up to that is because This is the magic. This is the miracle of this manifesting experiment, is that income isn't just from your job or your paycheck. The sources of income, or the flow of abundance, comes directly from the universe, as far as I'm concerned. Some people call that God, source, um, divine intelligence. I call it universe. And feel free to call that benevolence, that beauty, that perfect love, whatever you want. But that's the source. And that source has no limits, none. And so, us little humans with our little brains, we get pigeonholed into our thinking process that our income comes from our job, period. Or our income comes from our spouse, period. Or wherever that main chunk of money comes from. So we're going to blow that out, and we're going to see and start to see the abundance that just surrounds us, and the different streams of income and sources of income that are constantly readily available. Readily available, it's always there. We're on day 3 or 4, we're going to talk about receptivity, because it's always there. And I see some people blocking their abundance with their thoughts, with their actions, with their behaviors. And so we are going to spend an entire conversation, a session on receptivity and receiving, and the ability to receive, so that we can do this more gracefully and get out of our way, so that we can see these miracles that are wanting to happen to us all the time. Um, yeah, so we're going to talk about that. All right, so let's see. You guys think about any other places that income can slip its way in? Let's start opening our minds and our hearts to the idea that we live in a limitless universe, and unexpected income comes expectedly. There we go. And the creator of the Unexpected Income Club, his name is Ernest Holmes, and he's the founder of the Center for Spiritual Living. And that was like my first really positive religious experience that I had, because it was by my choice that I went there. And it was all about, leveraging the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. And Ernest Holmes talks about expectancy, and having an expectant heart, and expecting like for our focus, we're going to be expecting unexpected income. We're going to be expecting surprises and gifts. We're going to be expecting to see a lot of abundance around us coming into our lives for the next 5 days and beyond, I'm sure. Once you do this, there's kind of no going back. So, unless you really want to, but I wouldn't encourage that. And so having an expectation to abundance, I think, is a really positive one. It's not an attachment, like, or an entitlement. There's a different energy there. And having an expectancy is, we do it all the time. We're walking around expecting things all the time. So I guess a good question would be, what are you expecting? Because we're all expecting. And, some people are expecting people to be rude. They're expecting traffic to really be bad. They're expecting their day to be, tied up in an icky job, or they're expecting people at the grocery store to be really cool and really nice. They're expecting, I don't know, a gift. They're expecting to see people's best. They're expecting, so you see what I'm saying? We are pre-paving our daily reality with our expectations. And so it's important for us to consciously have put those expectations into place instead of having the old default stories pop up. Oh, another day, more traffic, those automatic. Are you guys familiar with Dr. Amen? He's so cool. He has this word, it's a phrase, it's ants. It's automatic negative thinking or something, but it's all about getting rid of the ants. Kill the ants, all those automatic negative thoughts. We have to get ahead of them and be more proactive in our thoughts. And again, this isn't about self-berating. None of us are perfect. This is a daily practice. We're never going to be 100% perfect, and that is not the goal. The goal is to catch ourselves when we are going in a negative spin or going in a negative direction. And those negative thoughts and those habits are just these lifelong things that we've picked up from other people. And the empaths have to do a lot of extra work around that. I really do believe, because we are very absorbent. And so we pick up all kinds of energies and those initial first energies of our parents or our caregivers when we were kids. So it goes pretty deep there, and I don't want to get lost in that, and I don't really care to go to the source of things, to a big degree. I think awareness is important, and we need to understand that we have some habits and we have some beliefs that don't serve us, and that at any given moment, though, we can clean it up. We can ask ourselves, is that still true? Do I still believe that? Does that serve me or does that hurt me? And then we can get proactive. This is all an exercise of mind and directing our mind more purposefully, more proactively. We live in a very loud environment where opinions are very loud, news, fake news, there's stuff just coming at us all the time. And it's really important for us to be emotionally intelligent in discerning what we allow in. And I make t-shirts, right? And I'm going to make a new t-shirt that says, don't believe everything you think. Don't believe everything you think. Stop and pause and ask yourself, is that true? Or is that popular opinion? Or is that something I picked up from my dad? Does that serve me today? So all of this, it sounds a little laborious to go through every single thought, and that would be a lot of work all day long, but we're just going to do it when we need to. We're going to be gentle with ourselves, and when those negative thoughts pop up, we're going to assess them. And actually this leads into a segue, talking about your relationships with money. Since we're focusing on income, I do want to talk about the nitty-gritty about money. So get your pen and paper out, or you can chat in the box. And Eileen says, gifts of time and assistance. Aha. With I can't read that. Tasks or projects. Yes. Time, assistance, kindness. Wow. Those are really great signs of abundance coming into our lives for sure. And it's something that we can all use. All right. So any questions so far? All right. Any questions about the game? Oh, a little bit more about the game before we get into your money relationship. I want you to create a space for you to track or receive your income. And I'm going to show you mine. So I still keep, always will, a day timer. And my day timer goes just 1 week at a time, and then I clip it just to keep me in the present. 1 week. I could do a week. I don't want to go too in the past, and I don't want to go too far into the future, but I'm typically leading now and in the future. And so what I do every week is I take my green highlighter. If you guys can see that, hopefully it's not too bright. And every day, I create a space to receive extra income. And I use green on purpose because that's my color for money. And then I put a little dollar sign. And every day that extra things come in, I just write them down. And then before you know it, so this tells the universe I'm expecting money. I have the placeholders for it. Here are my buckets. And then also what I love, because I am very visual, I can flip through this and, and just get a real snapshot of, wow, you got a lot of extra income coming in. You have money coming in almost every day, or different sources of income. Expected and unexpected, work-related and not work-related, So I like to keep track of that so I can see the abundance. And as I see it, it encourages me. So what you could do the same thing, or you can just write a 5-day calendar and track all the different gifts and things that come to you every day. You can also put out a jar and fill it with the money that you get, or the things that come your way. If it's a cup of coffee, you can write down on a little sticky note, cup of coffee from Julie. Stick it in there and watch the accumulation. I think that's a fun thing to do. So measuring as we go, I think, is going to be important, because it keeps your expectations buoyed, and it keeps us in that conscious creation place, and I know that whatever we focus on grows. So, and then part of our brain, even, there's so many things that are helping us. We have the metaphysical, the physical, the spiritual. The physical part of our brain, the reticular activator system, the RAS, it's going to be looking for abundance. It's going to be looking for ways to receive abundance. And then day 4, you're going to be looking for ways to give it out. So plant that little seed right now, because we're going to be talking about the law of reciprocity on day 4. So track your blessings. Track your blessings. Track your financial blessings, and track the extra gifts, blessings of even time, kindness, all of those things. See what goes on with your mind as you're in this receptive place. Okay, so let's go ahead and shift, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions about money. So this might stir some stuff up, and that's good. We want to stir it up. We want to, my son calls me a spiritual archaeologist. We want to bust through some of that caked on, dried up clay that has formed over you. We can chip it away to reveal that golden Buddha underneath, right? So this is a really important step in manifesting, so that we can be receptive and clean up our money thoughts, all right? Okay, so let's talk about money. Let's talk about your relationship with money. And if you didn't catch me at the very beginning of this, maybe you were still coming in the room, I really touched on, and I'm passionate about, the empath being a natural manifestor, because everything to us is personal. Everything to us is emotionally based. Everything is relationship with us. And so when we're manifesting, we start to realize that financial abundance is a relationship. It's a relationship with money. It's a relationship with abundance. We're good at relationships. We're great at well, we're not great at relationships, but we're great at feeling. Some of us are better at relationships than others, but we are relational. We are relationship based. And so let's talk about our relationship with money, shall we? It's something that a lot of people don't even really consider to be a relationship. It's just a thing that they deal with, but it is a relationship. So let's talk about this. First question is, when you hear about money, what comes up for you? Like money, just the word money. Some people are really triggered by the word money. Some people have an opposition to it. Some people say, bring it. Some people say, oh, I gotta work so hard for it. Some people say it comes easy. Some people say, I learned how to allow it into my life. Some people say it's the root of all evil. So what are your thoughts about money? What comes up for you? Feel free to chat in the box if you'd like. And I'm going to check on something. Alrighty. As you're asking that, haha, there's somebody wanting to come in. Okay, let's approve. Will, yay, Will's here. Okay. So what are your initial thoughts when you hear the word money or you see people with money? What goes on in your head? Is it positive chat? Is it negative chat? Is it a mixed bag? Is it neutral? Well, let's take your pulse on money. And then here, going back a little bit, going back to the early days when you were a little kid. What were you taught as a child about money? That's question number 2. Kristen says, money comes in many forms and I am a creator getting better at manifesting money. Good. Awesome. That is really awesome. Don't let me forget to set our intention before we leave, too. Kind of going backwards. So what were we taught as children about money? I know that I was taught that money doesn't grow on trees. Cliche. Be grateful for what you have, because some people don't have anything. So I developed I wouldn't call it an eating disorder, but I ate too much. I ate a lot because I felt very pressured to eat everything on my plate because there's starving kids in China, according to my dad. And so that kind of crazy pressure. So I was taught scarcity, kind of hoarding, be grateful for what you've got. Don't ask for more than you need. I was raised in a very Irish Catholic family with 5 kids. Not, I wouldn't say we were poor, but we were not wealthy. I wouldn't even say we were middle class. We were like sub-middle. So we were like, what, 2/3 class? I don't know what to call it. So I had a lot of work to do around money. And it was when I took this similar course is when I had a huge breakthrough and a huge shift in my thinking about money and having a relationship with money. I didn't even know we were supposed to do that or whatever. So those childhood stories, they go pretty deep. And so I can dissect them, and I can keep or discard those thoughts and ideas. So money doesn't grow on trees. That's true. No money trees. But I do know that money comes in all kinds of different forms, just like Kristen said. It comes in many forms, and I love to be surprised with all the different ways that money can come. And money to me now buys freedom, that I can work the job that I do, that I love, that I don't have to work that job that I didn't love, right? And that I can create my life around my gifts and my needs, and I get to play and work on my own terms, because I know that money is a tool, and it's a give and take kind of tool, right? So part of your homework is going to be, today, to really maybe journal about your childhood ideas about money, where you are now with it, what needs to be cleaned up. And then, here's one that blocks a lot of people. If you have a lot of money, how will people treat you? So that is a completely imagined scenario that stops people from attracting or receiving abundance in financial form, because they don't want to be judged. So think about that one. How will you be when you have all the money you want? And how much money do you want? What is abundance for you? What does that look like? What would you like to have? What do you have now? What would you like to have? What would you like to attract and to manifest into your reality? These are big questions. These are good questions. One of my questions, and this goes to, was it Juliet? I think it was Juliet. Here's one of my questions I have for you. Do you have to earn money? Do you have to work hard and long hours to make your money? Are you a slave to the money coming in? This is what we are brought up with. This is like the American way that a lot of us are taught, that we have to work hard for our money. Is that true? I have learned personally that that is not true for me. I work less and I make more now doing the work that I love and sharing my gifts with others. It's like so opposite of what I was raised with. So I did a lot of work around this. And that's why I'm so passionate about sharing this information with you guys, so that you can have those same breakthroughs, so that you can experience life on your own terms and challenge these thoughts and these beliefs and these energetic things that we hold in our bodies. We're going to be releasing a lot of this stuff starting now, but more so even tomorrow. Let's see. Does making money take a lot of time? A lot of people have scarcity around time, scarcity around money. So let's explore all that. Let's bring it all to the surface. Where do I have scarcity thinking? Where am I putting limitations on myself with my limited thinking or my limited thoughts? And share away, especially in our Facebook group, because guess what? If you have had that thought or belief, I can guarantee you that the majority of us have. And as we process through these thoughts and these beliefs, we're healing them. So together we are healing the stories, we're healing the wounds, we're healing the blockages. We are opening the gateway for us to be these magnificent channels of receptivity, of attractors. It's like, oh yeah, that, there's work that is involved here with clearing the way. And it's like I said, it's a practice. It's something that we're going to be doing all the time. So let's get into the habit of doing that. Okay, so I love these. All right. Kristen says, I still have some scarcity consciousness regarding the how and specifics of how to manifest money. we are going to go over the releasing of hows tomorrow for sure. That is definitely a point that will take some attention and focus. And then Juliet. So just for now, Kristen, I don't want to leave you hanging. Just write down and affirm to yourself that the hows are none of your business. The hows are the domains of the universe. And we're going to talk a lot more about that tomorrow. And Juliet says, I was taught to be a starving artist philosopher, that you only get a lot of money by selling out, selling your soul. Oh, we look down on people who had money. Yes, that is such an issue or a challenge with people in the spiritual world. In the artists, the spiritual world, I struggled with that. I don't know how many times I lowered my rates because I thought I shouldn't be making money, before I finally stopped doing that. I totally get it. We're going to talk about worth and value and all that fun stuff tomorrow so that we can really open up to our receiving. Rita says, money means living expenses. Expand on that. I don't quite understand what that means. Money means living expenses. So having money pays for those living expenses. Tell me more. Parents taught me to save money. Use coupons to save money. Yeah, when you have those coupons, that's like money in your wallet right there. That's unexpected income. Irish Catholic Boston. Yes, I know. Rita, we have a lot in common, don't we? And Kristen, I have to sign up to see a client. I will check in later and look forward to it. Thank you, everyone. Grateful to be here. Thank you, Kristen, for being here. I love that you serve your clients. You serve them so well. Go do your magic. And yes, check in later. And don't forget to contribute in the Facebook group. So awesome. Alrighty. So those are some questions that I want you to consider and think about and write about, or however you process. And like I said, I'll give you some examples and tools in the Facebook group itself that you can use to process through these questions. And I'll restate them also in the group. And you can actually just use the group as your journal if you choose to, if you are open to being vulnerable and sharing. And like I said, when you are vulnerable and sharing, you are healing, you are helping. Please do, right? And of course, we are all responding with kindness and with love, absolutely, and total support. Okay, so the big question, what rules have you put on yourself about receiving money? Money, money, money. All right, so I will put those in the group for you as soon as we're finished here. And for now, I kind of don't want to keep you guys forever. Let's see if you guys have any comments. Eileen says she was taught that rich people are bad. Irish Catholic as well. Parents both had solid careers, yet no real money skills. None to teach, I suppose. Eileen, girl, that's my story too. Seriously, what is it with the Irish Catholic people that just sucked with money? We got to switch that up and change it around for ourselves and for our children, right? So we can change that relationship, money relationship DNA that trickles down will be the change so that our kids can receive money easily and well. I know my son's really good at it. He's got zero resistance. So I'm doing something right here. Took me a lot of work, but he's just like, he was born receiving. I love it. Okay, so I gotta check on one more thing. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and, you guys have any questions about the game itself and what you're going to be doing? Go ahead and ask those so I can get like the logistical kind of questions answered for you as we go along. You know, we're going to be meeting back here again tomorrow at 10. And I might even, if I get a lot of questions, I might just do an impromptu like Q&A session that will be live. I'll let you guys know, of course, before I do that. And then, of course, they're always recorded. So I just have a feeling that we're going to get just so many good questions coming in from this group. So that's on the table. I overwatered my plants and now I have gnats. Okay. I have an abundance of gnats. Okay. You're going to prepare your receiver. All right. And there was one more thing. We have the expectancy to receive abundance, unexpected income, kindness, positives, right? And we set our intention. We're going to set our intention. And with the unexpected income club, a lot of you already shared your intention. I'll go ahead and repeat that in the Facebook group of what you're wanting to focus on and receive from this 5 days together. So go ahead and write that down. I shared with you the group intention, and I'll go ahead and write mine down in the group as well. So we'll go ahead and do that when we sign out. And then what we did in the Unexpected Income Club, the one that I had joined, there was a prayer or a mantra that we said every morning, and I liked it a lot. I'm going to share that with you too. So part of a daily spiritual practice for me really starts as soon as I wake up, right? So I would really encourage you guys, especially for the next 5 days, to get into the habit of repeating a prayer or an affirmation or a mantra. Maybe, okay, so what I'll do is I'll put the official one in the Facebook group. You can copy and paste it, print it maybe, stick it on your fridge or put it on your nightstand. And in the morning when you wake up, start your day with that. Start your day by kicking off your abundance. It's such a positive way to start your day and to retrain your brain from going to, oh crap, that happened yesterday, to boop, I am purposefully designing my day today by doing this. So this is about that mental mind redirection and mastering that and creating new habits. So we'll get into a new habit of jump-starting our abundance and our financial prosperity first thing in the morning. I will put tools in the Facebook group for you, pick and choose. And just getting into that habit. And then maybe during the day, going onto the Facebook group, a couple times and checking that and sharing. And then you'll see different memes of prosperity affirmations and all those things there to keep your energy up. And tomorrow we're going to talk about raising your energy as well. And in your home or your environment where you spend the most time, it would be really beneficial to have a visual, if you're a visual person, like what represents abundance for you. So feng shui could be a bowl of oranges, right? Could be a bunch of flowers. So gather something today. Gather something physical today that represents abundance for you. And put it out so that you can see it. And whenever you walk past it, it will remind you and shift your brain and your mind and your spirit into that place of abundance. So this is an experiment. This is fun. This is a game. We're going to put this whole law of attraction, manifesting attraction to the test. So start with that. I'll see you in the group. I don't want to keep you forever, but I do want to read what other people have said. Eileen says, we do indeed, yes, have much in common. And all of the how-tos, I'm not sure what all of the how-tos you're referring to there. And Rita says, don't overspend your income on living expenses, budget your money. Okay, so that's what you were taught by your folks. Yeah. Yep, yippity yep. I wonder how you are now with that. I know you're pretty good with money. I know you. Okay. All right, so go ahead and last chats, any kind of questions, go ahead and ask now or share now. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and sign off so you guys can get on with your day and with your day of manifesting abundance, feeling prosperity, sharing. All right, this is such an honor for me to be doing this with you. I'm so happy that you're here. I know that you're going to get so much out of this. And my prayer is just that you shift, that you have a shift in your relationship with spirit. That's my big wish. That you understand so implicitly that you are a co-creator with the best of the best, right? And so we can leverage our empathic nature, we can leverage the universe, and we can create a life that is just so beautiful and so exciting that we can create whatever it is that we're wanting. We're the only creatures on the planet who can do this. We're so gifted and so blessed. All right. Okay. The house. Got it, Eileen. Thank you for your comments and thank you for sharing. I really appreciate your interaction and your co-creation with me in this whole experiment in this game. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go and continue to ask your questions, and I will just gather them probably for a Q&A, an extra session. I'll keep you tuned into that. And in the meantime, take good care of yourself, take good care of each other, and I will see you in the group in a little bit. All right? All right. Thanks again for being here, you guys. Peace and blessings.